18 of my challenge. I'm trying to reach 2,000 within 30 days. And today, guys, we might reach a new milestone. 1,600. There we go. Let's go. We have the black pieces. E4. And I would play Sicilian. I think I've never played a Sicilian, so for the first time... Oh, no, I think I've played a Sicilian. Okay, whatever. So I played a Sicilian with E6. This is the opening that I used to play when I was at this rating, and I love to play this, the count variation. You might say, but Alessia, why are you pushing the pawns like this? And you are absolutely right. The point is, what is this pawn here protecting the knight? That's a weird move because it's blocking the most natural square. The idea is that the queen has the possibility to develop here and control this square. Now, this seems very artificial, but it's the idea of this opening. I will tell you why. So, first of all, what is the idea of the Sicilian? Is to fight with the pawn here on the side and trade it for a central pawn, and this we achieved already. So black is left with two pawns at the center of the board. Ideally, we want to fight for the move d5, because once we push d5, we have to trade a central pawn for a central pawn, and we're left with the only central pawn. Now, how to play the move d5, I have to prepare it. So now I play knight f6, and you might say, okay, but why did you play queen c7? Because I wanted to control the square on e5. After knight f6, my opponent cannot play e5, attack this knight and kick it back, because the queen is controlling that square. Now they are developing with the bishop, I just go with the knight here, and I'm offering a trade. As I'm having fewer space, because as you can see, I'm right now just on three lines, my opponent shouldn't trade and went for the move castle. Now, I see the possibility to play the move d5, so I do it. That's why the move c3 was a mistake, because usually white is rather putting a knight there and controlling that square. Okay, now they take. I could take with the queen, with the pawn. I think I will take with the pawn. Remember, once you take with the pawn, always towards the center, this could be very good. There's a little problem for me, is that this square is a little bit weak, but I don't see a way for my opponent to exploit that. If a pawn would be here, then the bishop could slide there, this would be good. But now, look at this position. I'm left with two pawns in the center of the board. My opponent has no pawn there, so it's an opening success. I play bishop here because I develop with tempo. I'm attacking this pawn. I'm sorry if this is going too fast. I feel like, okay, stop, Alessia. Breathe. Okay, h3 is very reasonable, they are protecting, and now I think it's time for us to castle. Now there is a question remaining, where to develop that bishop on c8. Okay, bishop is attacking here, but I think we can push here with tempo. And every time you can push with tempo, it's amazing. And remember, this is the BBC, and these two pawns are very strong, especially when they are next to each other, because they control all the squares in front of them. So I will not push forward unless I have something extremely strong. And I will rather play the move bishop b7, so both bishops are developed and they're pointing to the king's side. Then I will go with my rooks to the party, to the center, and I should be, yeah, very strong. So the bishop here is attacking the knight, and I don't want them to take, because then I would have to take with the pawn, and my pawns are doubled, and my king is weak. I also don't want to go with the knight backward, you know? I only go forward with my pieces. Now, that's not true. Sometimes you can go backward. But always try to go forward. If you cannot, then okay, you might go also backward sometimes. What are the candidate moves here? I think knight here, knight there, and bishop back. Those are the moves that we should consider. Or also pawn pushing is a reasonable move. I think I will go with the knight here. One thing that the knight is doing very well here is protecting the square on h7. But my opponent doesn't have a way to attack me really effectively. Well, there is a way, queen h5. But I have easy way to protect it. For example, a very good way is to play the move e4. And then this bishop is stopped. And now it's time to do that. And then this knight is getting new squares. For example, the square on e5. This bishop is a little bit sad. Let's face it. It's a sad piece right now. It's a bit crying and saying, oh, what did I do bad in my life to have a close diagonal? Well, you were born on the light squares. I'm sorry. Therefore, this position is not too good to be on the light squares. I'll improve the knight. At least the knight feels strong. It feels a giga knight at the middle of the board. It's not aiming for a clear square at this moment, but it's good exactly where it is. I might play the move a5 with the idea of bishop here. Remember, every time, in every situation, we have a clear plan. Improve all your pieces. Okay, actually, let's put it that way. In every situation, there are some general plans that are very good. For example, improve all your pieces, trade your worst piece. And that's why I'm playing the move a5. This move has the idea to trade my worst piece. Play bishop a6 and trade this light square bishop. Okay, the queen moves there. I think we can follow her plan. Always ask yourself after your opponent makes a move, what are they threatening? I don't think the queen is making some threats here. I should also see if the queen and the bishop are aiming for some squares, but not really. So we play bishop there. And we say, wanna trade? Wanna trade? Would you like to trade? Please, let's trade. Alright, now we take with the rook. And this could be a very powerful rook lift. So this rook is exploiting the fact that there is no pawn on the 6th rank, and so might even go on the other side on g6 to finally attack this little king, or little pawn and the king behind. This knight also now has a very nice square here on d3 where he's attacking a rook and a pawn, and this bishop is not sure where it should be. I think the bishop is better placed here, where he's attacking this pawn. I'm a bit concerned about this move that is pinning the knight. Yeah, maybe I should have played first knight there. That would have been better. Because knight here is attacking this pawn, controlling this square, and then I play bishop here. I'm attacking this pawn. That would have been so much better. This is why you should think about the entire picture before playing any single move. Okay guys, what do you think about letting my opponent take this bishop? Is it good or is it bad? I think it's good. I go with a knight here. My knight is so strong. And oh, guys, it was bad. If the knight takes and I take with the queen, there is bishop e7. Hoi boy. And after this, if I take with the knight, this pawn is hanging. Oh boy, that was a bad move. Yeah, I think, okay, I'm very lucky here that my opponent didn't see the idea. I think we will just take, my opponent has to take. And they're left with very weak pawns. I will go with the rook here, attacking g2. This pawn is weak, but there is also this pawn hanging. So I don't want to take, I'm not in a hurry. And I don't care about taking that pawn. It's not too important at this point. My opponent has a very nice square for this knight. They should go there. And what to do then? Well, we have to activate this rook. We still didn't do it. And probably the best... where would you go with this rook? I mean, before telling you, think you're on your own. Would you use a square or a file where you would like to go? Okay, rook b1 to protect this pawn. I will play rook b8. I think the rook is so well placed here because he's attacking this pawn. Now we're also threatening the move a4. Okay, they play a4 themselves, but this is a bit of a blunder. Okay, they don't resign. I create a square just to avoid the background checkmate. This is a very useful move in so many situations. So I can move my queen freely around the board. And I will try to give the quick checkmate here. Okay, I'll play rook here. Oh no, I'll slide with the queen there. That's smart. I'm attacking this pawn, so the queen might have to go all the way back. Okay, they take there instead. I'm taking here and winning a rook. And GG's. Okay, we play the Sicilian again. Let's try to learn a little bit the plans of this opening. It doesn't matter what second move you play. If you play this, or knight here, it's always the same. Okay, a very important rule. The bishop on c4 is usually badly placed in the Sicilian. Now I play a6 and I want to play the move b5. This is a very typical plan. You want to develop the bishop in fianchetto where you're attacking directly this pawn. Now, before moving this knight here on f6, you have to make sure that the move e5 cannot be played. So, now I cannot play knight there. And always look out for the move d5. If you can play it, you are going to have a good position. Because you're fighting for the center very strongly. Okay, and we could play that. Now, the knight goes here, attacking this pawn. This pawn is protected twice, and is right now attacked 1, 2, and 3 times. And I need to protect it once more or trade there. If I take... Okay, we could go to this. I'll take here. And how is my opponent taking? Yeah, because now I can take I can take there. If they take with the knight, I'm winning a pawn. If they take with the king, we get to this endgame. And they lost the possibility to castle. Okay, what do we have to do here? Develop as quick as possible. Now, I'm not worrying about the move e5 because, honestly, I see some nice squares for my knight. For example, here attacking this pawn. I love to develop this knight. So we go here. Now I could even long castle with check, which is a very fancy move. I'll play the move c4. Bishop d2 was a good move. Why am I playing the move c4? I want to block this bishop. Okay, they played the move b3. That's very smart. Now I cannot leave this pawn here because it's attacked twice by the bishop and the pawn. It's protected just once. So I'll take here. And the move c4 is also giving me a very nice square for my bishop here, where I'm attacking a very weak pawn, the pawn on f2. All my pieces are developed. I take a free pawn. Free cheese macaroni, we love those, and we take it. By the way, guys, you know that free cheese macaroni is not an Italian recipe. It's actually an American thing, and I have never eat free cheese macaroni in real life. But we eat like a type of pasta, which is called macaroni, and we make so many tasty recipe with macaroni. Okay, I'll go with the knight here. Okay, wait, maybe I will just do long castle or short castle. I will do long castle because I'm immediately activating the rook. As I have an extra pawn, it's good to trade. We know that. So I will go with the knight there. And the nice part is that I'm attacking the rook, I'm attacking this knight. And now if the knight takes, I take with the bishop. Sorry, I just was scared about the move e5. Because this knight is pinned, right? There is a rook behind. And so, what am I doing if e5? But I think I have a very nice move. But I should have calculated before. Yep, and it's knight e4. The idea of knight e4 is that it's true, this rook is hanging, but I'm going to take here with check and take the rook behind. And if my opponent takes here, I'm just taking. This knight is pinned, so the knight cannot take. And yeah, we just trade pieces, so no problem. Okay, they go all the way back, meaning that we could trade so many pieces, but I'm taking here, the rook takes, and then we take a free pawn. New me. And this is very annoying for my opponent who kept the pin. Remember, there is a very famous chess quote which says the following: a threat is stronger than his own execution. Meaning that it's like very annoying for my opponent if I keep this pin here, because my opponent cannot move the king, cannot move the knight. You're basically paralyzed. Now I go with the rook here, I'm attacking this pawn, and also maybe, potentially, going with the rook here, and then attack this knight one more time. Okay, I play this move. It has a very clear idea. I want to play b4 and win this knight. So they move it away. It makes lots of sense, but there is a problem, because now this bishop is also trapped. Poor bishop. Okay, they take there, I take here, now I have... Oh wait, I never had an extra piece, I just had extra pawns. Now I have an extra piece. If they play this, is a mistake, even if it seems a good move, because I have rook here, which is nearly checkmate, they go with the king there, and then I take here. But they have knight there. Yeah, maybe c4 is a good try. Okay, they go with the king there instead. I have this very nice check, which looks great. Now I take this pawn, and I will try to give him a quick checkmate. The bishops are controlling those squares very well, so the king doesn't have many squares. Okay, here we already win a piece. Yeah, we take here. They might just resign now. Okay, we go there. I mean, this might be checkmate in a few moves, guys. Alright, GG's. If it was like this move, is like check, I think check here, rook takes, rook there, king here, we take, and then, you know, my opponent can just push these pawns, because if they move, the king is made. But let's say I just bring my opponent in Zunzwang. Okay, there is a very quick checkmate, which is rook there and then checkmate. But also, it's very fun to block these pawns and then to force my opponent to go in the in a self-checkmate. So we could play h6, this move, take, and this. And now they have to play this, and then you give mate. Whatever. New game! We have again the black pieces. Excuse me. Okay, but now my opponent is playing the move d4. Okay, we play knight there. You know why this is a very played move? Because you're controlling the e4 square, and so the opponent cannot go with the BBC. Now they are trying to go for it with the move knight c3, controlling the square, so we play the move d5. a3, this is, I don't know why this move is played, honestly. It doesn't make lots of sense, because this move is not so useful, so you shouldn't play it. I'm thinking how I want to develop my pieces, and I think I will go with the bishop out, controlling the square, looking at this pawn. I will play this move. Wait, am I basically playing a London system? I'm playing the reverse London. Oh, that's ugly. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. I mean, I'm basically, oh my god, I don't believe this is real. Oh wow, what are we doing? It's like this is London and counter London. This is like London system versus London system. Right, I'll go with the knight here. Let's see which London system is stronger. Okay, I'll take. Now f3. I'll go here. We have been trading lots of pieces. Okay, I'm taking here and then playing the move f6. And where is this knight going exactly? Probably there and here. It's a very fun position, but I think I have good chances. I might play h5 just to say goodbye to this knight, just go all the way back. And now I'm thinking, ooh! Ah! I didn't think about this. Sorry for that. So wait, the queen is giving a check, but there is nothing, right? I lost the possibility to castle. But it's all right, I hope. By the way, my idea was that after knight f2, I had e5, pawn takes, the bishop goes there, and h4, and the bishop is trapped. But it's like I don't know, I missed the move queen g6. It's still okay. Like, this position is so close, and there are so few pieces that are actually doing something. For example, I'm just trading there. And now my opponent has 2 weak pawns. I can play, it's crazy that I can play this move. I'm just going with the queen away. Long castle. Guys, I'm in trouble. That's not fun. Okay, let's go with the knight out. I want to play the move c5. Try to open the c file to attack towards the king. I could also at some point play this move to send the queen back homey. Okay, now it's a very important moment. I push on e5. I want to... Ooh! Ooh! Free piece! Free cheese macaroni! Let's go! Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god. e6 was nearly giving mate. I'm sorry if I'm screaming so much. Sorry, really. Okay, so this is checkmate, but I can go with the knight there. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It was all calculated, all part of the plan. We take like this, and then we have to bring a rook there, trying to trade pieces. Oh, this is a bad move. I'm taking here, then giving a check, and then I will take there, and I'm trading the queens. This is a very important tip. Every time you are under attack, trade the queens, because the situation becomes suddenly much easier. And now we have an extra piece, so it's just a matter of technique. We're attacking this pawn. This is a nice fork, and so this is GG's. Nice. I don't know what type of karma is that, but I got to 1600 by playing the London system, and I'm kind of a hater of this opening. But yeah, let's move on. e4, e5. Let's play knight out, attacking this pawn. Ooh, okay, they played the Philidor. This is a very solid opening. But I try to play the move d4, and we try to attack the center immediately. Oh my GROB. f6? No, that's not the move you play. That's so weird. Okay, I mean, I could take there, but I will just develop the bishop. It's okay. My opponent will have such an hard time to develop their pieces. I'm taking there. I have bishop here, which is close to interballistic, but unfortunately, there is not a way. Okay, I will have to take there. They could play king e7, simply king e7. Okay, so we go in the same end game, but they have a good position actually here, because they are blocking our possibility to go with the pieces. So these pawns are a little bit annoying. g5. Okay, what to do? We have to improve our pieces. They want to push there. Is this a problem? No, not really. Let's develop. So I will not develop here, which is the most natural square, but I will develop there, because the knight here is doing absolutely nothing, because it's blocked. Now they are kicking all our pieces back, but they still didn't develop any of their pieces. I don't know, guys, but this position stinks. Stinks, stinks, stinks. Okay, let's start to open up. Because if we open up, my pieces are so much better than their pieces. Okay, I'll take here, already opening up. And now we place a very nice rook on the c file. I'm already threatening to take this pawn. Ooh, and there we go, free cheese macaroni. This is why you don't push all your pawns. And this is a very good idea. We have to move back this bishop because this pawn is no longer pinned. Once your opponent is pushing too many pawns, they are not playing with their pieces, just go all in, try to activate your pieces as quick as possible. And remember, there is a big difference because once you have, I'll play this. So once you have an open position, the difference between active pieces and passive pieces is so much more effective. That's why you have to try to open files. Okay, the knight has to move here. We'll go towards this square. Now my opponent is developing a little bit with tempo, but that's all right. We have an extra pawn, so we have to improve slowly our pieces, but we have a nice position. What are they doing? This is not how you play chess. You don't set up the position, the pieces back for the next game. Not what you do. They basically went back here just because they want to bring the bishop out. I'm very confused. I could take there, but I don't have to. I'll give this check. And now you know what I'll start to do? I'll start to push these pawns. Bing, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam. And then I think those two pawns will make me win the game. I'm not afraid my opponent can take there. I just take back with the king. Alright, I'm pushing here. If we open up the files, this king is feeling very uncomfortable. Very much in danger. Already there are lots of discovery checks right now. They are not super strong, but at least I can play knight there and then take this pawn. So now the king is trying to run. I give a check there. The king cannot go there. The king cannot go there. The king can just go here. So let's give a check and then we slide the rook. There we go. King moves there. We go with the bishop. Is this nearly checkmate? Oh my god, look at this. This is checkmate basically. The king cannot go anywhere. My opponent can just cover with the bishop and GG's. Hope you guys enjoyed these games. Here is day 17 if you want to see how to play the Queen's Gambit together with lots of other tips on how to make a good playing chess. And hope you like these videos. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to 100k. Hopefully before. It's impossible. But I mean, you can make it possible. 80% of people that watch this video are not subscribed. So please subscribe. Bye.